Hello, Rafał. Pleased to meet you. Welcome to France and welcome to VirginMega.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. You speak a little bit French, you said to me?
Only a few words.
Only a few words.
Yeah.
Chopin lives in France.
Yes, 20 years probably. So half his life.
So you have some connection with the French culture, don't you?
Yes, of course. His father was French and his music is also a little French,
Yeah.
I think.
So this is your really first release for Deutsche Grammophon. You're quite young, so everybody has excellent and amazing response to your work. So how do you feel about that? Is it something that encourages you, or something that is a bit stressful? How do you feel about this really special moment of your life?
It's very important moments in my career, because I know that I am at the beginning of my career, and signing the contract with Deutsche Grammophon was a very important thing in my life, and I am very happy that the first CD with Chopin Preludes could be on the French market.
Chopin, do you remember when you have your first encounter with his music?
My first experience with Chopin's music?
Yeah, and your encounter, and the first time you heard it, and the first time maybe that you like it, or dislike it.
Yes, Chopin's music was always very close to me, and I remember that the first pieces by Chopin was Nocturne number 2, probably opus 32, and I love Chopin's music, so Chopin's competition was very important in my life, and I was very happy that the result of this event was so good for me. Everything it was quite fast, because I signed the contract in 2006, so it was 1 year after competition, and I gave many offers from very important festivals, very important concert hall, and now I have many famous musicians agency, so it was very great, and now I'm very happy that I could play in beautiful places all over the world.
You had the opportunity to choose your piano, a Steinway.
Yes, last year I was in Hamburg and I bought the grand piano, Steinway Grand Piano Model B, so now I can practice at my home for the beautiful instrument. It is very important for the pianist, for me.
Did it change the way you play? The fact that you own this piano now?
Maybe yes, because I can study the sound, the coloristic, the beautiful sound, the many aspects which are very important in music and Chopin and Debussy. So I'm very happy about this.
The color of the preludes are really sad. Can we say a bit sad? A bit. It's a winter season colors. I guess they were composed in Majorque, in the monastery.
Yes, many preludes was composed on the Majorca.
And it was a really bad experience for Chopin at that time. He was sick, and he thought that he would die at that time. So can we feel it? This sorrow and this sad atmospheres and the way you play and the way you.
Yes, there in preludes there are many different climates, different atmosphere, different emotions, different characters, and of course when Chopin wrote the preludes, it was quite difficult moments in his life, so it is very important, and I think it helped me in interpretation in this preludes.
It is a common point between his experience and yours, the fact that you're young, but
it's quite difficult for me because
to understand and maybe to interpret it.
Yes, but I read a few books about Chopin, about his life, and I think that it helped me.
You know that Berlioz said that Chopin would be the only person able to play his own music. Do you agree with that?
Well, I don't know, but for me, Chopin is very, very important and very special, especially after competition, I think, because after this event, after competition, I can play many concerts. For the others, it was always my dreaming. So maybe Berlioz had a right.
Do you know the concept of la note bleue, the blue note of Chopin?
Yes, I heard about it.
Is it difficult to describe it to the audience? What is la note bleue de Chopin, the blue note of Chopin?
Yes, music by Chopin is very special and very gentle, you know, and there are many emotions, melancholic and also different climates, but also each artist, each pianist, each interpretation is different, and I think it is quite interesting for the audience, and each people who hear Chopin's music can has different feelings. I think
the 15th prelude
15th, yes,
is quite amazing because there's a lot of change, a lot of nuances.
Yeah.
Is it one of your favorite prelude?
I don't know. I love each prelude, and I love all complete. But of course, because I would like to make. Sorry, I have to.
A wall piece, maybe a wall masterpiece.
I wanted to make one cycle from 24 miniatures, 24 short pieces, because I would like that the all opus on 2028 is one work, like for example classic sonata, when we have 3 movements, allegro, adagio, finale, but it is one work, like for example preludes.
Yeah. And you're planning to record other Chopin pieces
for next recording?
Yeah.
Yes, probably the third recording will be with Chopin's music, but second will be other music, probably sonatas by Haydn, Mozart, Beethoven, because I don't want to play only music by Chopin. I know that the audience expects my interpretations by Frédéric Chopin, but also Debussy music, also Bach. It's very interesting and very helpful for me, and I think that especially Debussy music helped me in the interpretation by Chopin, especially the aspects which are connected with coloristic, with beautiful sound, which is very important in Debussy. It's also very important in Frédéric Chopin and in his music. So, and also for the audience, could be very interesting when I can play other composer like Haydn, Beethoven, and second part of my recital I could play Chopin music.
You're talking about Debussy?
Yeah, because before competition I played quite a lot of music by Debussy.
Yeah. And do you know what is French into the Chopin music? Is there French feelings or French?
There are many elements which are connected with French music, like for example beautiful sound and the coloristic, which is very important in French music.
Yeah. And other composers?
Ravel, for example,
Ravel.
but I haven't enough experience in Ravel. Of course, in the future I would like to play also his works, but now I'm preparing Debussy and of course other composers like Bach and Mozart. And Szymanowski, of course. Polish music.
A lot of romanticism in your choice, and maybe you're a lot connected to 19th century music too.
Yes, of course. I have in my repertoire also pieces by Franciszek Liszt, and I would like to play also Brahms and other composer because it could be helped in my career, and it could be very interesting for the audience for the next seasons when I can play in many places.
The end of the prelude on this record is a mazurka, and you said to me that it would be an online version only. The fact that the record is ended by a mazurka, and mazurka is really joyous and really energetic, as you said. But is a strange choice to make a kind of conclusion of the prelude by mazurka.
The mazurka will be not on the CD, and I thought that it could be interesting for the audience because it's quite short piece and of course very energetic and completely different than prelude. So maybe it will be interesting.
Do you stick only to the composition, or do you try to learn about external elements?
I think it is very important because, of course, the key to interpretation is the text, the music score, what the composer wrote. But sometimes the books which are connected with composer, the biography books, and also many recordings in piece which I play would be very inspiration for me. And when I prepared the program for the Chopin competition, I read a few books about Chopin, about his play, and also a few letters, his letters to his friends, to his pupils, and it was very interesting, very inspirational for me, and it helped me in interpretation by Frédéric Chopin.
Did you understand the rubato of Chopin?
I know.
Or is this something really
it's a
weird?
Quite difficult problem
quite
for
difficult,
the pianist.
Yeah.
But I haven't own recept for that. Many journalists asked me about that, but I don't know. Maybe it is in my case it is my intuition, and I think it is the most important thing in the music that the artist has to hear own intuition,
because
it's the way.
It's so subtle, so strange, or really it can be translated by stolen moments or stolen times. The fact that you
yes, I know that Chopin used to tempo rubato, but not too much, and maybe this is the natural way.
Are you planning to play here in France?
Yes, next year in January I will be in Paris. I will have one recital in Théâtre de Châtelet, and now I'm going to Toulouse for one concert with Toulouse Orchestra and Maestro Sokiev, and we will be play piano concerto by Frédéric Chopin on Saturday.
Okay. Do you like to perform live? Do you like to play concerts?
Yes, very much. Now I prefer live performing, or I prefer concerts than recordings. they make the recording because maybe I haven't enough experience in the CD in the work in the studio, but also before Chopin competition I had quite enough concerts in my country and also in abroad.
Is it really different to record in the studio
Yes,
and record in front of an audience?
It's different because in the studio there are completely different emotions than during the concerts and live. So the work in the studio is, I think, it is harder work than during the concert.
It's precise. It's maybe clinical.
Yes, maybe yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Merci.
Merci.